Hello there, Fiona, how are you? Just wanted to do this short video introduction to showcase some of the things which I think you're missing out on when it comes to getting engagement from your online audience on LinkedIn and on Facebook. I'll see you on the other side. Hello there, Fiona Johnson, and welcome to your LinkedIn profile. Now, I have put together this little video walkthrough for you, but I have made some assumptions. And the first assumption is that I'm assuming that you understand and you know that social media content works well on social media and it gets engagement and it works. The second assumption that I'm making is that you want to grow your business. And the third assumption is that you want to get there faster than what you're currently doing. Now, if those assumptions are correct, then this video is for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through your LinkedIn profile and how, if you were to work with me, how we could optimize that. The second one, I'm going to look at your Facebook fan page and your website. I'm going to show you some of the people who are using LinkedIn very well to, and particularly using video well to drive and to warm their audience on LinkedIn. And then I'm going to share with you the 4 different types of content that you can use on LinkedIn. So the first one, we are on your LinkedIn page. Excellent. So as I said the other night, that photo is great, and I've just had a look at your website. So at least there is consistency across brand, so that's good. But we want to see, generally speaking, photos which show your teeth. A nice big smiling photo, the head and shoulders, and it is quite recent. The second one up here in the real estate up here, we call it the cover photo, much like a Facebook. But you want to have an image that is instantly recognizable and one that showcases you and your business. You see, most people who land on LinkedIn, they really only land in, they pretty much see, whether it's a mobile, it's obviously even less, but they generally only see this bit. So this huge piece of real estate up here is really important. And you want to have in this area up here a call to action, or it pretty much says exactly either in an image or some words, what do you do and how you help. The second thing that I would change on your LinkedIn profile is most people use LinkedIn as an online CV. So what you do here is you say that you're a director of shift work services and occupational therapist. That's great, but what you really want to say is what you do and how you help. What's in it for them? So when someone reads your headline, they want to know what's in it for them. What's in it for me? What do I get from Fiona Johnson? The next section, good to see that you have an about section. But I think what you're missing here is most people just say what you do. And this is pretty much what you do here as well. What we want to see is we want to see the story. We want to hear the backstory. How did you get to be a director of shift work services? What's your why? We want to know the why. Looking at your activity and looking at your posts, and I've already seen on Facebook and I've already seen on here on LinkedIn that you are posting, and you're posting pretty consistently, maybe once a week or so. But to be frank, you're getting bugger all engagement. You're posting links from other people, and I think we might have had that conversation the other night. And that's where I'm going to show you towards the end of the video the 4 different types of content that you can produce and how that can really engage your audience. So let's have a quick look at your Facebook fan page for shift work services. I can see that you're a bit more engaged in perhaps LinkedIn than you are in Facebook, but you are still posting, which is good. And you know, it's about consistent, regular content that's going out. And, did I see just the same thing that was on LinkedIn? That's good. That's good. You've got the right idea there. It's like, if you're going to post on LinkedIn, post the same stuff on Facebook, because we don't know, that people might miss it on LinkedIn and you get it on Facebook. So that's really good. But again, very little engagement, some likes here and there. But again, it is all about your business. Jump on your website. I can't remember if you said that you've got a new website, and I don't know what the old one is, but this looks great. Love the 0800. You've got the right idea in terms of the top right-hand corner is the most engaging place where you need to be talking to your customers, and it's about a phone call. You want to have a conversation. But I think in terms of your services, you could have some video content that could talk about your clients or talk about your customers and how they actually, what sort of result they get. I mean, in your testimonials, most people just stick with what you have here. Great that you've got them, but it's important to have video testimonial because people can look you in the eye and kind of go, is this person for real? So yeah, I've got templates for a whole bunch of different sales videos, including testimonial videos as well. So what was the next thing I promised you? Some of the people, I'm going to go back to LinkedIn and showcase some of the profiles which I think people are using, have got optimized profiles, and to use video well to warm and engage their audience. So the first one we're going to show you a guy that I've just connected with. And this is a corporate guy, so it's always challenging for corporate because they can't represent their brand. It's about personal brand. So it's really important to, it says connect, but I have connected with them. And again, you can see from the top right here, it pretty much says in the top right-hand corner what it is, what he does, what he's passionate about, which is fantastic. A little bit of story in the about section. I'm not a big fan of saying I accept everyone, but he obviously likes a little bit of attention. In terms of his activity, he's just started with video. He's not a client, but he's just got to 8,000 connections and he's just found video. Here is his first one there, and just look at the numbers down here. So when you start on using video on LinkedIn, this is his second video, and people are always engaging. Next person I'm going to show you is my coach, Glenn Marvin. He's a digital marketing guy, was on Ask the Experts with Murdoch, and again, the call to action, the top right-hand corner, doesn't really listen to me when it comes to the call to action in terms of the headline. But Glenn, and this is what you're going to see in Glenn's activity, is that you're going to see content that is not particularly related to business. And this is where most people get content wrong, is they just talk about their business. What you want to do is talk about all of you, talk about people like you and your personal challenges and your story. Talk about your business, so we'll talk about that. And the third one is talk about community. So a great community shot. It was a business thing. It was a party, and it got some great engagement. There's some thought-provoking stuff here as well. This personal story piece. I mean, look at these numbers: 3,200 views. Again, I generally say don't look at the vanity metrics, but interesting shots here. Here's some family shots. It's what people like. It's what people like on Facebook, so it needs to exist on LinkedIn as well. It's showcasing a little bit of video, a little bit of imagery, and this guy has built, who's that tick in the middle? People have built their business purely on video and showcasing their business. No, I didn't end up like that. Thank you, Glenn. Missed that video. Next person I'm going to show you is Lara McCormick, and Lara is a client of mine. And again, you can see from that cover photo, it just jumps. This is what I love about Lara. She follows my advice. I love her. I help business owners launch email campaigns. Short and sweet. Does it say what you do? Yeah. It's fantastic. And the last person I'm going to show you is an American woman. I'm not connected with her, but I follow her because the maximum number of connections you can have on LinkedIn is 30,000. She has 146,000. And if we look at Shay's activity in terms of her posts, she is the queen of content, and particularly on LinkedIn. And her secret is make it entertaining. I suggest you follow Shay. I mean, look how it's framed. I mean, I don't even do this. I don't have time to do all this. But this is possible for anybody to and look at the numbers. I mean, 29,000 views with a headline of you're spending money on dumb stuff. And this is where I guess having a content plan, and Shay's probably got a team of people who are obviously creating it, but we come back to step number one, creating it yourself. So you can either do that yourself, or you can engage someone like myself who will create that content plan for you, or collaboratively anyway. And I will generally frame it in these 4 different styles of content. The first one I'm going to choose by which is I'm going to look at some of your content. And the first one that we're going to talk about is commentary. I might have mentioned this to you the other night. So most people just think, oh, look, this is a great thing that's related to what I do. I'm going to repost this article. And my suggestion to you is you can mention the article, but what you can do is write a little bit of copy up here pertaining to your story. So such and such did an article on stress and struggling at work for Forbes. Here's my perspective. Oh, you've just shared it from, yeah, cool. That's even worse. Let's not talk about that one. Let's get another one. Yeah, you've just shared this one. So you talk about invest some time in creating some content for around having an afternoon sleep. And then you can mention WebMD, but really you don't need to mention them at all because it's not about them. You're giving them credence. You want to talk about yourself and how you can help people by having an afternoon nap. I had one today too. The second one I'm going to talk about is kudos. Now, my client Lara is very good at kudos. And she's just kind of recently started as a client. She's just absolutely on fire. And when I say kudos post is not about you. It's not about your business. It's about other people. It's almost the community angle. So what she does is she showcases other people. She goes and interviews other people and says quite simply, what do you love about your business? Tell us about your business. And you're going to do a video on it on LinkedIn. It's that simple. And, Lara does a whole bunch of these. Here's another one here, the good people of Tainui. And she's just saying, thank you. These people are fantastic. You should really connect with them. The next type of content we're going to talk about is educational content. And that's pretty much says it all. I'm trying to think, who can I talk to about educational content? I'm going to pop in another guy here. This is another client, and I'm going to go to some of his content. Ash is a prolific poster, up to 4 times a day, and this is an educational sales post that we are generating for him. So as you can see from this video, will it play? I'm not sure. Proof that it was actually a photo. Oh, tell a lie. There we go. So this is one here. So average number of views, I mean, anything over 500 is fantastic. But this is actually a sales video, but Ash already has great awareness, so he just does pretty much education and sales. And but he uses education as part of his spiel. So he talks about the product, he sells whiskey, and here's an example.
Hi everyone, Ash here again, and I'm here with another whiskey of the week. This time it is the Buccleuch, the classic laddie, 8-year-old bottle at.
So as you can see, he's talking about whiskey, and he talks through the characters of it and educates people around that particular content. The last one we want to talk about is personal story, and I'm actually going to stay with Ash because Ash, who does this very well. Personal story is we need to tell your backstory. We need to talk about the why. People like to connect with people. People buy people and their story, not necessarily what they do. My generally first cab off the rank thing to do with my clients is I just want to I'll interview you for 45 minutes, and that becomes a content piece that people get to hear about the story behind what you do, because of we just really connect.
I was 17 years old when we moved here. Our migration to New Zealand was talked about for a long time. I was a big part of the process when parents decided.
So there you go, the 4 different types of content. That is 1, commentary, number 2, education, number 3, kudos, and number 4, personal story. Hopefully, Fiona, you found that valuable, and I look forward to having another conversation with you around how I might be able to help you with your content, or you can do it yourself just from this video. You have a great day. Well, hopefully you found that valuable. There's a link below. You can set up a time to have a conversation with me if you can see an opportunity. Alternatively, on my website, there are some videos that walk you through some of the questions that people have about social media video, whether it can help you. And there's also a full walkthrough of my pricing on the Pro Plan page. You have a great day.